Geico Direct, we're here 24 hours a day. In fact, one 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Watch the Coyotes all season on Fox Sports Net. Brought to you by Super Shuttle. To and from the airport. Call 1-800-BLUE-VAN.
Fox Sports Net presents Coyotes Hockey. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have freedom to go places. By your Arizona Dodge dealers, setting the standard in product quality and customer service. By Gatorade, is it in you? And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. America West Arena with the crowd pouring in, and I can only imagine what the traffic is like outside with the Diamondbacks and Mets playing only a block away. It's opening night between the Coyotes and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, and we're down to Barry Butel.
Doug, Paul Kariya missed the season opener in Dallas last Saturday with a sore hip. He hurt it in the weight room, apparently coming back from a broken toe he sustained in Game 3 of the playoffs last season against Detroit, overworking it. But without Kariya in the lineup, boy, Doug, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, they are in trouble. Over the past 3 seasons when he is not in the lineup, the Ducks, well, they are 20, 42, and 12. He's back on the ice tonight, and the Ducks sure are happy he is, Doug.
Hi, Barry and Charlie. It brings up the age-old question, at least for the last few years, about the Ducks. Is it a one-line team?
Well, right now, I think it is. They're trying to add a little bit more offense in their second line, and they've accomplished that somewhat. But they still need to have Solani and Kariya going. Plus, they need Guy Hebert. He's the last of the original Mighty Ducks, going up against the first backup to Guy Hebert with the Mighty Ducks, Mikhail Stolikov, coming into the league at the same time. It should be a great battle goaltender-wise.
The Coyotes won their season opener 2-1 at St. Louis on Saturday. The Ducks were shut out at Dallas 2-0 in a game that saw 135 minutes in penalties. The check by Ruslan Saleh onto Mike Modano that today resulted in suspensions for Saleh, for Pascal Trepanier, and for Jim McKenzie, the former Coyote, and we'll get into those a little bit more when we have an opportunity. Opening night is underway. Here's Marshall for the Mighty Ducks. The Coyotes are starting their big gun line. Tkachuk, Roenick, and Dallas Drake. Darren Quinn and Keith Carney are on defense, and it's an icing call on the Mighty Ducks. 23 seconds in. And Charlie, how about our Dodge keys to this game?
Well, for the Coyotes, they have to stop Kariya and Solani, and they've done it very well for 2 of the 3 periods of every game they played. And to do that, be an aggressive forecheck, work into their defensive zone. The Mighty Ducks, of course, we talked about it, 8-9 have all the speed in the world, and their defense somehow has to stop the aggressive forechecking of the Phoenix Coyotes.
Bob Francis in his first home game in the regular season took a lot away from his short but I'm sure intense tenure as assistant coach to Pat Burns with the Boston Bruins, and brings a lot behind the bench. If you heard Bobby Smith telling Charlie and Barry on Coyotes Countdown tonight, the Coyotes wanted to bring Bobby Francis in here as an assistant coach a few years ago. They didn't get permission to talk to him about that from Boston, but they're very happy to have him now. So they've had their eye on Bob Francis for a while.
Well, it's a lot easier getting away from assistant coach to a head coach than it is just to swap similar positions.
Tkachuk wins the draw. Newman lets it go, and a bouncing puck goes to the corner. Now Cullen swings it, and the Ducks will knock it away. Again, the Ducks are playing with Paul Kariya tonight in the first game of the season for him. Tkachuk off an edge. Roenick is there, locked up with Matt Cullen. And now Dallas Drake, a long opening shift for this first line for the Coyotes. It's been 1:15 on the ice already. They'll go for a change right now as the Ducks, Frederick Olausson brings it away. Havelid knocks it in. Coyotes complete their change, and Trevor Letowski swings out. First of all, Lume is back with Newmanen, and it was Jyrki Lume in his first game. Didn't play any in the preseason as his surgically repaired shoulder was getting stronger, who scored the game winner in St. Louis on Saturday night. Here comes Trevor Letowski. Alatalo swept away by Kevin Holland, and it's knocked back out by the Ducks.
Right here, you're looking at the Coyotes playing at home, which would seem to be a troublesome spot for them last year. To be more, play a road-style game, get the early lead, and utilize the fans.
Offside is Mika Alatalo, who's paired up there with Juha Jalonen, and Trevor Green comes in offside. There's a look at young Mika Alatalo, who had 9 goals in 10 games in the playoffs in the Finnish Elite League last year. A guy they've had in the system for a while and got a great look at camp this year and earned himself a starting spot.
It really is. When you come over from Europe, you tend to see have a brand mark of being a great offensive players with great offensive skills, and definitely he has that, but people don't realize how tough it is defensively to play over there. The bigger ice surface, so you definitely have to know how to take care of your own end.
Here's Tocchet on a loose puck, right in front, a shot, just whistles high and wide off Greg Adams' stick. Adams had no time to set it up. And as it's cleared away, it's another icing call on the Ducks. 1:54 into the first period. No score in the early going, and the Coyotes' Jeremy Roenick talks about his new head coach.
He's a pretty serious guy. There's no question about that. He's definitely demands a lot out of his team, and he has a little quick wit about him, a little humor. He gives you little smirks every once in a while, and smiles behind behind the scenes. But I think he's really taken over a steady role and a confident role behind the bench, and it feeds all the way through the team, which is good. I think he knows when to kick in the ass and when to pat in the back.
Well, that's a key right there to put it in a nutshell. Charlie, what about adapting to a new head coach? Is that a variable depending on the guy, or is there a set time where you figure after so many games things are going to be settled in?
Well, I think right from training camp, your first impression it has to be your best impression when you walk in the locker room, and I think he's gained the respect of the players already, and it could be just the style of a practice. Todd
Gill working along the wing. Shot by Adams, but Neskaj had pulled over and there was nobody there. Neskaj away for Gill. Now here comes Ted Drury for the Ducks. Neskaj pulling away along the end from Ladislav Kohn, and the Coyotes turn it out of their zone again, and it hasn't been down there with the exception of some icing calls yet. Tocchet onside, squares and fires, and again. Now Adams, and Mike Sullivan knocks it deep. Tocchet with his stick held for a moment, sweeps it in front, and a great play as Adams read that one and was checked coming through. Tverdovsky working on Adams as Haller swings it away, picked off by Mike Sullivan. Now Carney, who got the Coyotes' first goal in St. Louis on Saturday night, both their goals in the 2-1 opening night win against the Blues coming from the defense. Winner on the power play, which was doubly good news. And Tialto. Gill throws a check that knocks Nielsen off the puck. Pulled away now by Alto. Puck alive in the Coyote zone, but Gill is really messing with Jeff Nielsen down there. And Nielsen can do nothing with it. Nielsen again and again. Gill strips it away. Now Keith Carney. Checked as he got the puck ahead by Nielsen. Coyotes come free. Changing behind the play. Now Shane Doan on the feed from Yolona. Doan pounding into the corner with Pavel Trinka. Doan grinding away. Puck knocked ahead, but too far for Paul Kariya. And here's Carney to turn it back. Broken up by Kariya, but retrieved by Jeremy Roenick. And JR swings it around. Dogged by Solani. Guns it ahead on the tape for Tkachuk, but two-line pass coming out. You can't do that, and that stops play.
Rick Tocchet coming into his 18th training camp. This is his 16th year in the National Hockey League. Came too as a junior to the Philadelphia Flyers, and I think as his career's gone on, he's gotten better and better and better shape, and he definitely will be leading on the ice. There's a good hard shot, picking up his own rebound through the legs, trying to go top shelf over the net. Guy Bear does not have to stop that, but he's going to stay right in the mick of things, and right there you can see he demands and gains so much room and respect out there. That's a bonus for anybody that's playing with him.
He has set up two terrific scoring chances just on his first two shifts tonight. This game is only 3 minutes and 45 seconds old. No score, no shots on goal. Kariya and the Ducks turn it back. Nicholas Hamelin knocks it in. Right to Kariya, and the wrister wide. Now Dallas Drake as the two top lines square off. Tkachuk flings it in. And Freddie Olesen, formerly in this franchise a few years ago, belted by JR. And Teemu Solani carries it away. Kariya on the left side of your picture as Solani swings it in. Stalenkov knocks it away. Newman threw the check on Solani, and the puck is knocked ahead. And here comes Drake, beating Tkachuk. Locked up as they go deep by Hovland. A pile of bodies down there. Newman keeps it alive. Now Dallas Drake. Checked by Olesen. And the puck flipped by Cullen to the line and out.
Right there, you're seeing the forecheck in the defensive play of Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Marshall not even looking for that puck. He knows that he has to just tie up Keith Tkachuk. Maybe got away with a little stick holding and grabbing at that point, but that's what we talked in the keys to the game, is getting that aggressive forecheck going, where on the other side, Anaheim has to hold that line very solid. Get a good look at it. There you see it coming across. It's a deep pass right there. They just tie up Keith Tkachuk right there, hooking, holding, grabbing all the way across. I said it was Marshall. I am corrected at that point. It's Havlik, the Swedish player coming over with Olesen. But that's what when I mean be aggressive defensively by Anaheim. They have to hook and hold, because if Keith, JR, or Dallas Drake gets ahead of steam going, they're going to get the puck or they're going to hurt somebody.
Sure are. Beat you or beat you up. That's the essence of that line. Oleg Tverdovsky. The fans sound off right away. Donato flippered it ahead, but it's an offside pass, I think, with 15:11 to go in the first period. There is Oleg. The fans will be on him right away in his second stint as a Mighty Duck of Anaheim. Came in from in the offseason for Travis Green and a 99 first-rounder. It turned out to be Scott Kelman. Originally, Oleg was a first-round selection, the second player picked of the Mighty Ducks in the 1994 entry draft. He went to Winnipeg in the 96 deal for Teemu Solani, but now he's back home in Orange County.
Pierre Gauthier, their general manager, loves the way he plays, or the way he thinks he can play, and he still is a very gifted defenseman. People forget he's still only 23 years old, right, and yet this is his 6th year in the National Hockey League.
The question about Oleg Tverdovsky has never been, is he good enough to excel? It's always been, can he be coached? And it's driven some guys crazy.
Unfortunately, a penalty coming against Mikhail Stalinkov for delay of the game. A puck shot over the glass. He was just trying to clear it up the glass. Didn't catch anything, so up into the stands. See the players, Letowski coming back. Mikhail's trying to argue his call. It hit something, but unfortunately, Kerry Frazier, the senior referee, head referee, makes the call.
The Mighty Ducks had a sensationally good power play last year. They have added a few things to it, but not very much. Ruchin will still be up there to center McGinnis and Solani. Correa will still work left point, and Freddie Olesen's on the right side as they get set for the first power play tonight, as Mikhail Stalenkov gets a goaltender delay of game penalty at exactly 5 minutes of the first period.
How do you improve on the #1 power play in the league last year at 22%? And you look at that percentage, say that's pretty good, but that's 83 power play goals.
Wow. Here's Correa right at the line. Olesen pestered by Yolonen. Correa squares around for McGinnis. And the Ducks work it in. Solani, McGinnis, Solani. Right up to Correa. Shooting, and it's just missed the mark. Yeah, they've played on the power play before, haven't they? Solani jumps in, but it's knocked away by Lume and all the way down.
Well, definitely the key power play or penalty killing for the Coyotes, especially in the defensive zone, win the faceoff. And right away, you don't have to chase for about 30 seconds, right, because they do move it around very quickly. And the key to that, again, you go back to the speed that they have.
Ruchin for Correa. On his knees, Lume battling. The puck comes loose, rejected by the Rico man, Teppo Numminen. Now the Ducks have 1:07 to go on their power play. Drake, Sullivan, Newman, and Lume, the penalty kill quartet for the Coyotes. Sullivan banging down there with Marty McGinnis. Now turned by Ruchin. Here's Olesen's one-time slap. Down comes Pavel Trinka, number 7, but Lume keeps it away from Solani, which is a real good idea. Solani, number 8. Here's McGinnis, now Trinka. Bear in mind that Correa is playing in his first game, not only of the season, but of the fall. So you may see him slightly less than you would normally. He said he feels pretty good, but has some muscular soreness. Here comes Olesen. 26 seconds. The Coyotes will be at full strength. Pavel Trinka. Drive by Solani. Clangs off. Olesen follows through. Saved by Stalenkov. And the puck wanders away.
Boy, Anaheim moves that puck so quickly. We call it around the horn. They just move it around the perimeter. And the key is, yes, keep them on the perimeter. But you definitely have to not give them that much time.
Former Duck Travis Green demolishes former Coyote Oleg Tverdovsky. Now the Coyotes are at full strength, and they retrieve the puck in their own zone. Not for long. Cohn put it in, but Carney banks it away. Hovland banks it through. Intentional, and they'll put it all the way back into the Ducks zone for the faceoff. A big-time penalty kill, and boy, you can't do better than keeping the league's best power play unit off the board its first night in your home opener. 0-0 in the early going on opening night.
So with Staples.com, you order the supplies you want, I approve them, and they're delivered the next day.
You mean I can order pens?
Yes.
Paper?
Yes.
How about an executive leather chair?
No.
Paper clips?
Yes.
Linda.
Linda, 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 Linda.
When you people are finished, I have a light bulb in my office that he's changing to. I love the way they pull together.
Want great prices on everything, even furniture? Staples.com.
Fox Sports Interactive brings you the newest way to play hockey. NHL Championship 2000 from Fox Sports Interactive. Sports games, Fox attitude.
Stop it!
Need brakes? Now during the Midas $40 lifetime brakes rebate, save $20 per axle or $40 for your whole car. Lifetime guaranteed $40 in savings right now. Go safely. Go Midas.
It's a Thursday special of College Football Saturday. High-octane offenses shoot it out. Chris Redmond leads the Cardinal air assault against Army's powerful ground attack. Thursday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox Sports Net. Powerful heavyweights rumble in Vegas. Alex Stewart, 40 punishing KOs. Jorge Luis Gonzalez, 25 impressive knockouts. Sunday night fights at 7 on Fox Sports Net.
Action in the Anaheim zone early in the game. There's no score. Doug McLeod, Charlie Simmer, Barry Butel, and a cast of thousands at America West Arena. It's opening night for the home schedule for the Coyotes, and Travis Green starts the offense, and the drive stripped away by Guy Hebert. Carney shooting. Bounding puck pops straight up into the air, and it's pulled away by Mike Leclerc. Laid it through to Antialto. Around the corner and misfired as he threw it in front. It was a good idea, but nobody home.
This is the extra offense that Anaheim is looking for, not just from their #1 line, but from the lines that follow after they are on the ice.
Jeff Nielsen's stick is broken, so he'll go off, and the Ducks will trigger a change anyway as Keith Tkachuk comes back surrounded by Anaheim players, and Correa lifts it away. He punts, swatted by Teppo. Tkachuk is there, but the puck turned by Solani. Now Tkachuk right on again with Solani. Pulls it out on a strong move and lays it out to Jyrki Lumme. Lumme with Correa. Now Roenick fires. Follow to Drake, and he scores! Dallas Drake as the Coyotes' #1 line explodes.
Coyotes capitalize on an offensive play by Anaheim. That big dump pass to Solani. It turns over. Couple quick passes. All of a sudden now, there you see the speed of the Coyotes coming through the middle to JR. Gets the shot. Follow up the play. Yes, sirree. Dallas Drake follows up on the replay, which is what we talked about. Driving hard to the net is made possible because of those new rule changes around the goal crease.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Boy, that fits right in with Coyote hockey, too. Drake with Roenick and Lumme at 8:23 of the first period. 1-0 Coyotes in the first home ice goal of the regular season. It's icing now on the Coyotes. Dallas Drake, who was such an important force offensively as well as every other way in the playoffs last year against St. Louis. 4 goals in 7 playoff games.
Such an extra dimension. You can see all Anaheim facing this way. The puck is over here. It turns over, and they're going to turn to the offense. Transition game very quickly. Picking up that loose puck right there. You give it to Lumme. We stop it right there. Now there's a defenseman jumping up into the play, and that's just what we talked about, getting that extra offense through the middle to JR. Stop it right there. There's Drake coming right down the slot area and picking up the rebound.
Dallas Drake. And And it's 1-0 Coyotes. First goal from the forwards this year, too. We mentioned the two in St. Louis by Carney and Lume, both from the blue line, or both from blue liners. They certainly weren't from the blue line. Todd Gill busts it ahead to Letowski. Certainly earned himself a big look at camp. Offside here as Yolonen swings in, but Alatalo was mixed up at right point, and the line was offside. Trevor Letowski, a guy who came up and had a look last year, was wearing number 50. And you know, Charlie, it's a dead giveaway when a guy's number gets a lot lower that he's going a lot higher in the organization. And here he is. He set up Keith Carney's goal on Saturday.
Well, a lot of times the players like to keep their original number, but Bob Francis had heard a lot about Trevor Letowski. Of course, with their scouting staff in Boston last year in the American League, he definitely knew about him, and Letowski just came to camp and earned himself a position.
And he was a big-time scorer in the American Hockey League last year with the Springfield Falcons, the Coyotes' primary minor league club. 67 points in 67 games in the A last season. The race is on here. It's whacked to no effect by Havelid. Everybody piles in. Yolonen will hoe it away. Now Letowski. Here's Mika Alatalo. Yolonen's in front. Letowski diving for it, but filched by McGinnis, and the Ducks bring it away. Ted Donato. It actually hit Todd Gill, and it comes right back to Gill. The Coyotes are changing behind the line. A well-timed play by Gill, but he couldn't get it through to Sullivan. And it's picked off by Tkachuk.
Again, you're seeing another defenseman, this time Todd Gill jumping into the play. Not only can be successful defensively if a forward recognizes it and covers up for him.
Boy, Charlie, if the Coyotes win these loose puck battles like this all year, are we going to have a good time? Two-line pass coming out. They've won an awful lot of those chases for loose pucks, both in the neutral zone and down in their own zone. We got a real treat coming up for you with Jim Rome and the last word tonight at midnight. Ryder Cup team member Phil Mickelson, who helped fuel the charge that allowed the USA to make the largest comeback in Ryder Cup history, is going to be on with Jim Rome tonight. 13 PGA victories, and I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting conversation. Phil Mickelson with Jim Rome tonight on The Last Word at midnight on Fox Sports Net. What a thrilling Ryder Cup it was this year.
It really was. Talk about seldom seen emotion in a golf game. That's the way I play all the time. I get a double bogey, I'm all over the green doing cartwheels. Are you kidding? It's neat to see. Unfortunately for Seve Ballesteros, he still had his putt to make, and I think that distracted a little bit. But it's nice to see a country and emotion behind the players. And you know, it's always so much criticism of having the players being too quiet in golf.
When I start my new full contact golf league, it's going to turn the golf world on its ear. I'm telling you that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have the broadcast on Fox, I'm sure. Quinn fires, and a save by Hebert. And everybody piles in now at the whistle. Sticks up, and so are the tempers. Charlie referred to the Ducks earlier as the most penalized team in the Federal League. Well, they're here tonight with a reputation exceeding them.
One in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. That is scary. Hi, I'm Julia Sweeney, and I know firsthand just how tragic cancer can be. But there is hope. The researchers at City of Hope National Medical Center are leading the battle against breast cancer and other life-threatening diseases. But they need our help. This fall, please join tens of thousands of people nationwide as they walk to fight breast cancer.
Years.
Do you think Tom, he's a man, he can do it,
Desert Diamond Casino is the place to experience the excitement of Quartermania, statewide progressive slots. The jackpot just keeps going up until someone wins.
At the Desert Diamond Casino, feel like a winner.
He's number one. He's number one.
Well, As you can see, the roasted Ducks, Ruslan Saleh, 10 games for the hit on Mike Modano. Pascal Trepanier, 5 games for the hit on Joe Nieuwendyk. And Jim McKenzie, 4 games for pummeling Daryl Sador after the fact. And that definitely is going to hurt Anaheim. 3 regulars out of the lineup at the start of a season.
A lot of muscle gone there. Here's Leclerc to bring it away, and he's pounded off by Travis Green. Darren Quinn taken down by Alto.
Of course, the bad news for Anaheim, they play Dallas back in Anaheim this Friday, and don't think that the Stars are going to be all fired up.
Ken Hitchcock has already said they have earned a response that this team must make. On the other hand, Craig Hartsburg has said, well, you know, it shouldn't have even been a penalty.
Whoa, right there, as you can see, a little bit off balance. A hit, just a little shove in the back, but it was so close to the boards. Down went Modano. He didn't have time to get his hands up. So we have ligaments in the neck, broken nose, definitely concussion. Craig Hartsburg said, well, let it fall where it may with the league, and the right response. I think he was hoping for a lot less than that. But he's a veteran. He just has to find a way to respond, to get his players to respond. And he did after that Dallas game before they flew here to Phoenix. The next morning's practice, skated them almost for the full hour. He said they played very hard and very competitive against Dallas, but he didn't want them to think that he could be complacent with that and be satisfied with that. And he said he was going to wear off all the face-off circles.
He's just the guy who can do it, too. Here's Keith Carney for the Coyotes. Deep in his own zone, he throws it ahead to Adams. Now Travis Green on the gallop with Tocchet, and he hooks up with Darren Quint. Quint in this opposite number 5, Kevin Haller. Green throws it ahead, and this is going to wander down, but will it be icing? Here comes Carney on the run, and didn't quite get there first. Of course, when you see this, you have to think back to the playoffs, or late season rather, and Jeremy Roenick, who was not in the playoffs until Game 7. The broken jaw. You think of a great big guy named Hatcher with the Dallas Stars. His coach, Ken Hitchcock, when somebody said, hey, wasn't this sort of like Hatcher's hit on Roenick? Our Geico Direct moment said, I don't want to get into that.
Different circumstances, and definitely just as vicious hit with Hatcher on Jeremy Roenick.
Gotta stop.
And I don't care who it happens to, whether it's a regular, just a plumber that plays in our 3rd and 4th line superstars. Anytime you get near the boards, the size of the players and the speed of the players, it's so dangerous now. And what we're seeing is lack of respect for the players. And it was never like that when I first broke in. Guys didn't wear helmets. And I tell you what, you always were aware of the guys around you.
It's got to stop. The league is looking at it. Suspensions now. One of the Canadian newspaper chains ran a poll, and 8% said that Saleh should be banned for life. Now they flip it away. Here comes Correa. Off balance, got it to Cullen anyway, but his wrister wide. Solani right there. So quick. Even if you don't make a mistake, they can turn it back against you. Well, regular play.
That's what that speed will do. And then what they do is you see Solani right here. He's just buying a little bit of time, waiting for guys to circle up and get some speed going. And what a great job for Matt Cullen. A youngster in his 2nd year coming in as a centerman, Doug, and I think even you could play center between those 2 guys, and I'd come out of retirement with the pleasure just to do it.
I want my bonus to kick in at 30 goals, and I'll take it. No, I won't either. Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to be a holdout. McGinnis shooting, blocked off the side of the net. I'm going to be a holdout. It's a lot easier that way physically because I'll never come back. Here's Alatalo to turn it back. I'd rather be a leading economic indicator, but it isn't working out that way, it seems. 12 minutes into the first period, the Coyotes lead the Mighty Quacks 1-0.
Thing with a team like Anaheim, you cannot take a break for 1 second. As we just saw that last shift by Correa and Solani and Cullen. They can turn it up so quickly if you allow them to get that speed up, and it doesn't take them long to score 1 or 2 goals.
One of the things that always amazes me when you talk about quickness and speed of guys, usually it's side to side or coming out of the corner, jumping in. They have what football coaches call explosion, explosiveness, the ability from a stop to go straight down, straight back again. So fast off a dead start or a slow start.
Especially Paul Correa.
Especially Correa.
Solani's just strong and fast. Correa's got all kinds of speed, and he's got great lateral speed, which means he can go from side to side.
Mike Leclerc puts it back now for Antialto. Coyotes up by a goal. Flood their crease, get it away to JR. Here comes Mike Sullivan, and they're out. Nifty backhandle pass by Sullivan to JR, who scores! Mike Sullivan with a beautiful play, and JR buries it. 2-0. Play by Sullivan.
Right here, JR picks it up, slides it to Sullivan. He's caught off balance right there. No look pass right here. Boom. And this is going to turn Hartsburg gray real early. Nobody touches JR. He held and held and held. Guy Bear was holding his ground, but as you see, nobody's taking it. Physical play. Haller in his first game back doesn't get a chunk from him. He's usually a physical player, and JR caps it off. That's a big goal, especially after the last couple shifts. Anaheim is pressing a little bit. They're getting scoring opportunities.
JR lights the lamp, and Kevin Haller can only shake his head. He's coming off arthroscopic surgery on his right knee. This is his first game back. Correa with the left hip. Sidelined all fall. Now the Coyotes come right back again. The puck squirts into Correa, kept alive by Newman, and a swat by Sullivan is right on. And Tkachuk is right there in Guy Bear's face, just in case. 72 points for Jeremy Roenick last year. He's got goal number 1 tonight.
And what a pretty goal, too. And that keeps the audience in. There's a lot of hype and a lot of hoopla on opening night. And that's the key right there. If you stop it right here, you see 2 men back here. There's the other Anaheim and Mighty Duck. Now there's JR. Now as we start it up, watch the lack of physical play. A little token hook right there, and we stop it right there. 3 players, Anaheim Mighty Duck players. There's no way he should get through there. But a little one-hander around Haller, and now he just holds and holds and holds and finds enough room to put in his first of the year.
And did he ever stone Guy Bear? This one bounced away, and nobody questioned the ability of the Ducks to score goals last year, Charlie. It was that stuff at the other end that was their bugaboo.
Well, they can play pretty tight defensive hockey, too, especially as you know with Craig Hartsburg. Yep. He demands you take care of your own end.
Here's Tkachuk banging around with Frederick Olesen. Coyotes right back at it and hungry. JR, Drake, Tkachuk, JR. Here's Tkachuk. Now Dallas Drake went off his blade and right to Solani. Here they come, 8 and 9. Solani, Correa, Solani, saved by Stalenkov. Correa up and down again. And bear in mind now he's coming off that sore left hip. He blew the left quad while lifting weights in August as a workout program. He's actually rehabbing a broken foot at the time. And there they are going for a breather.
And Correa, such an athlete away from the ice, too. He works out all year. A lot of stretching, a lot of meditation. He likes to get himself psyched up for the game, and tons of weights, especially on his legs. He's got little fire hydrant legs, and with that speed, he can go all night, too. And it's amazing that the amount of work. Guys like him, Rick Tocchet, I'll use as another example from the Phoenix Coyotes, how devoted they are to their profession off season. I remember it was like 4 or 5 months of drinking beer, playing golf, and let's say end of August. Yeah, okay, let's throw a couple of weights around and go for a skate.
I will never forget the shock when I was covering the Minnesota North Stars, for instance. One year when they came back in the Players' Lounge, the pool tables were gone and weight gear was in there. And a whole new attitude. Things have changed. They have to now, or you're just going to flat out get crushed. Adams peels it away for Tocchet. Coyotes are winning big battles in their own zone. Travis Green swept away by Marshall, and Hebert swings it this way. Aaron Quint keeps it alive. Shooting screen. Adams charges and fires, and it just hit Hebert. Marshall is popped right back in by Quint again. Darren Quint holding the point. Tocchet, a blast by Green, and a save by his former teammate Guy Hebert. Vladislav Kohn as the Ducks are running around in the neutral zone. Quint turns it ahead.
Advantage of having last change at home. Hartsburg put out his 4th line to try and get him a little bit of ice time, and you look at Bob Frantz's response with that 2nd line of Green, and they had some good opportunities.
Coyotes keep it alive. I don't know what that puck hit before it got onto McGinnis, but it didn't connect, obviously, with Yolonen. Oleg Tverdovsky to a chorus of boos from the rafters at America West. knocked away. Here's Letowski, who's wearing his old number 10. Yolonen charging with Alatalo. Now Todd Gill shoots one and a save by Hebert. Gill with a blistering liner that rose and is snared by Guy Hebert. It's 2-0 Coyotes.
It's time now for the key.
Second quarter figures show a strong uptick in gross revenues with a corresponding increase in pre-tax profits. On this very favorably, and the resulting surge in our stock price brings our market capitalization to within 10% of year-end projections. To elaborate on what this means for the company, I'd like to turn the floor over to our chairman.
What was that? Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new crunchy charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
I've got something to show you. I've got something to show you.
Has broken this game open a little bit here in the first period. After the early goal by Drake, it looked like Anaheim is picking up a momentum, had 2 or 3 good shifts in a row, and all of a sudden a great individual effort from JR after a nice pass from Mike Sullivan has really opened up the offense and numerous scoring opportunities the last couple of shifts for the Coyotes.
Puck alive in the Ducks zone. Tverdovsky checked off by Green. Doan is all over him now. Green to support, and now Green has the puck. Letowski rather has the puck. Green, I just invented that. Here comes Carney. Green's on the bench. Turn back now. It's opening night. Here's Quinn. Carney out for Sullivan. Now Doan with Letowski. And the puck drizzling around in the Anaheim zone. Big hit from behind on Sullivan. That's got to be a penalty as it pounded him into the boards, and it will be. It'll be a Coyote power play as Antti Aalto pounded into Sullivan right on the boards, and that's the kind of thing that has got to stop. More serious injuries are caused by that than anything, and Kerry Fraser, the referee, had his arm up right away. Coyote power play.
Right here, right in the number, so close to the boards you can see. And then a second one by Haller on Letowski. So that was back-to-back knocks in the back. You see Doan coming back in to help at that point. But a lot of it also has to do, I think, with the rule changes now too, Doug. In the past, they weren't talking about facing the boards, so players really respected not looking at the boards because they knew they were going to get popped, so they'd get the puck face the play and try to make a play. Now a lot of players on the negative side take advantage of that rule where they automatic, not that this was the case, Sullivan definitely was pounding for the puck, but they'll turn around on purpose and face the boards, and that's when a lot of the injuries happen, or the lack of respect to players.
Mike Sullivan, who sure can take a hit. I was joking with him last year. I think he must be scar tissue basically from the eyebrows down. But a very, very tough guy who made a fabulous play to set up JR's goal. Takes the hit here, and the Coyotes get a power play as Antti Aalto will sit for 2 minutes. And the Coyotes, who were 1 for 4 in their season opener in St. Louis, the game-winning goal by Jyrki Lumme coming on the power play Saturday night. Will go on the man advantage for the first time tonight.
Doug, successful teams don't go anywhere without guys like Mike Sullivan and guys like Shane Doan, guys that go down into the trenches and pay the price, and a very important part of the club.
Number 14, Antti Aalto.
Now here comes Green with Roenick. Newman, Kachuk. Coyotes pounding the shots onto Hebert late in the first period. They're out shooting Anaheim 9-3. Ruchin swings it away.
Look at the power plays last year for the Coyotes.
Pretty rugged.
No matter where you look at them, they're still pretty ugly-looking numbers.
Yeah, they sure
and that's
are.
something Bobby Francis has a great idea. He says, why make it simple? Because you're taking away creativity from the talented players. He wants the guys to be more flexible. Make the passes good, make them quick, but move around. Don't just think about getting it back to the point and pounding it.
That's knocked away by the Ducks, and 1:15 remains in the Coyote man advantage. 2-0 Coyotes on goals by Dallas Drake and Jeremy Roenick. Now shorthanded Marty McGinnis fighting through. A swat at it by Steve Ruchin, and the Coyotes are deep in their zone again. Now Lume for JR. 59 on the power play, and here come the Coyotes. Roenick whoops right on the stick of Tverdovsky, who clears it away.
As we mentioned the other night too, Doug, a lot of times people think that the power play is just being set up in the offensive zone. As we can see with this power play, half of it is getting into there with a little bit of success, because then all of a sudden the ice opens up for you when you make a good pass up the ice.
Todd Gill swings it for Quint, and 36 seconds is the time left in the man advantage. Now Quint for Alatello. Long ranger off Gill, kept in at the line by Tocchet. Here's Adams, 25 in the power play. Tocchet runs and guns, and a save by Hebert. Drury pulls it away with Quint hustling after. Cut off by Gill, and the Ducks change their PK. One shot on this power play, which has 10 seconds to run. Tverdovsky batted down by Quinn, but couldn't keep it in the zone.
But I'll tell you what, a good thing he knocked that down, because Korea was gone already.
Now 2-on-1 as the teams are at full strength. Korea, Anti-Alto, off the goal post. Alto out of the penalty box and off the paint. It's still 2-0 Coyotes in the final 2 minutes. They don't want the Ducks to score here. Here's Solani crossing with Tverdovsky. There's that great speed from Oleg right in front, shooting, and he missed the net. Well, we have seen that. Here is Solani, cuts in, Korea through everybody, and the puck dawdles away to neutral ice.
Boy, the Coyotes dodged a couple big bullets there. I tell you what, and again, that's how quickly they can turn this game around.
Stalenkov stones Solani, say that 10 times fast at close range, and Solani forced all the way out by Carney. What a job by Keith Carney, man on man. Last minute of the first period. Havelin swings it away to Oleg Tverdovsky. Ruchin is there for the Ducks. And it wanders deep. Stan Neskaj is deep with Carney. Off Neskaj's hand, and Marty McGinnis jumps in, number 16 for the Ducks. They go deep for Ruchin, and Steve Ruchin, number 20, centers in a crowd, punched away by Carney. Should be icing here on the Coyotes. Under half a minute to go in the period, and it is icing on the Coyotes. We've got college football the way you like it right here on Fox Sports Net, and coming up on Thursday, 4 o'clock, it's Louisville and Army. We've got all the action for you. Fox Sports Net's college football season. Louisville and the Cadets from Army at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Barry Butel will be talking with that man right there, JR Jeremy Roenick, who had only 2 fighting majors all last year, and I'll give you one guess against which team they came. Both of them, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. He was mixed up with every team in the league, but to get the fighting major, both of them came with the Ducks. There we go. And more to the point, he has a great goal tonight that's given the Coyotes a 2-0 lead late in this period. A blast by Olesen misses the mark. Pavel Trinka swings it in. McGinnis working with Numanen. Lume plants a check. Puck kicked away, McGinnis, but he's piled onto right away by Teppo. And as the clock winds down, the puck wanders free. Trinka, Drake is right there. Punch tie, Roenick flips it away. 2 seconds, Warkachuk shooting, save by Hebert at the final horn. Jeremy Roenick gives the Coyotes a 2-0 lead after 1 period of play in their home opener. Our Bud Light What's on Tap? Barry Butel with JR. We'll check out some of the new rules of this game and hear from Bobby Smith about it. And our first period stats and highlights. 20 minutes in the book on opening night of America West. It's the Coyotes 2 and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim 0.
Hey, get a load of the old timer. That there is the legendary Radio Robert.
Who? 20 years ago, he was unstoppable. Had a slap shot you could hear but could not see, hence the nickname Radio.
Yeah, well, they can call him Rusty Robert now. Hey, Rusty!
Don't say it, Tony.
Still got that shot, Tin Man? Let's see it!
Oh.
Punk.
Hey, maybe you should be a goalie, Tony. Tony?
Do you think Tom can win? Tom, he's a man. He can do it. No, I can't.
Desert Diamond Casino is the place to experience the excitement of Quartermania, statewide progressive slots. The jackpot just keeps going up until someone wins.
At the Desert Diamond Casino, feel like a winner.
He's number one. He's number one.
NFL This Morning. It's an action-packed hour that gets you inside the game.
I love what I do and I do what I love.
Join Chris, Marv, Jackie, and Chris, plus the Fox NFL Sunday Gang. NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net, followed by Fox NFL Sunday and your local Fox affiliate. Powerful heavyweights rumble in Vegas. Alex Stewart, 40 punishing KOs. Jorge Luis Gonzalez, 25 impressive knockouts. Sunday Night Fights at 7 on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, you're right on time.
Why wouldn't I be? I'm Randy Hayden, General Manager of Classic Chevrolet, formerly Ray Cordy Chevrolet. At Classic Chevrolet, our price guarantee ensures that you get the best price on our large selection of new cars, trucks, sport utilities, and vans. With over 14 acres, selection is never a problem. Plus, you can't miss us. We're conveniently located across from Los Arcos Mall and only a few minutes from ASU at Scottsdale Road in McDowell. Classic Chevrolet, home of the price guarantee.
Road to the World Series. The latest scores, highlights, and reaction tonight.
Welcome back to America West Arena. 2-0 the Coyotes over the Ducks. One of the goal scorers, Jeremy Roenick. First of all, Daly puts one in a sweet rebound of your shot, and then what a move you made on Kevin Haller. Went back door.
Well, those don't come around too often, so you really got to savor them while they are there. And, you know, it was one of the better ones I've pulled off in the last couple of years, so I was pretty excited. And it's good, especially first period. It's good to get up on this team because they play really well with the lead, so it's good to come in the second 2 up.
I know new coach Bobby Francis was talking about the transition game. We want to show the goal a little bit later on. We'll do that, but transition, what a quick through the neutral zone this team has showed in the first 2 games.
Oh, even in preseason, I think, especially the last game against San Jose, our transition up from the blue line on turnovers has been as good as it's been since we've been in the Valley. So that's really exciting for us, especially with our D being as mobile and fast they are. They jump up into play, and we're able to create a lot of good offensive chances by 5 guys going forward. So we're really excited about that.
2-0 Coyotes over the Ducks. Stay with us. Our intermission continues on Fox Sports Net. Thanks for getting that, by the way.
Introducing the ES300 Lexus Value Package at a savings of $1,500. It comes with a leather-trimmed interior, a power moonroof, and a CD auto changer. Not to mention a powerful V6 engine that makes all this luxury right at home in the fast lane. The ES300 Lexus Value Package at your Valley Lexus dealer.
Just get it?
Yeah. You do this one thing if the speed dials you. Or you hit star something. That's like a airmail pager.
You have no idea how to use that thing, do you?
What?
AirTouch Promise number 1. We'll call you after you sign up to make sure you're familiar with your service. Now you can get 250 digital minutes for $19.95 and an AudioVox 4000 digital phone for $29.99. AirTouch. Now you can.
Oh, you got something to show you. Oh, you got something to show you.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
Drop it. I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man.
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
Get your hands on the new chalupa. With a shell so crispy, flaky, chewy, tasty, you'll wonder why we put stuff in it at all. Just 99 cents, only at Taco Bell.
Better get some backup.
Roger.
Baseball isn't measured by time. It's measured by desire. The game moves toward the end, fueled by sweat and blood. And what matters then isn't how long it took to get there, but whether or not you have the stuff you need to finish it off.
Tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
Good crowd on hand at America West Arena. It's the home opener, and the Coyotes lead Anaheim 2-0. Dallas Drake and Jeremy Roenick were the goal scorers after 20 minutes of play. Welcome back. Barry Buttel with you. Well, were you watching the finals, the Stanley Cup finals last year? Brett Hull, his skate was in the crease, disputed goal, but they still win the Stanley Cup. Doug McLeod breaks down the new crease rules, and boy, have they ever changed. And you saw in the first period how the Coyotes are very aggressive towards the net. Let's take a look.
Is it a goal or isn't it? Last season, this is a washout. How about this one? There's a new sheriff in town, and its name is Rule 78. No longer will the mere presence of a player in the crease negate a goal. In fact, you can even bang into the goalie under certain circumstances, and the goal will count.
I think the feeling was there were a lot of good hockey goals being scored where a toe was in the crease or a shadow of a toe was in the crease, having absolutely no effect on the play, and these goals were being wiped out on a technicality. And the feeling was that was wrong, and we've corrected that. And now when the puck goes in the net, the goal goes up on the board, the fans can cheer. You won't have fans or general managers looking to the video replay booth hoping that maybe we didn't really lose the game or maybe we haven't won it yet. And I think that's important.
The critical factor in Rule 78 is contact with the goalie. Basically, the only way a goal will not be allowed is through impairment of the goalie's movement within the crease or intentional contact with the goalie anywhere. And the NHL is making it plain. The goalie is not fair game outside of the crease. One thing that will keep all this traffic efficiently sorted out is an extension of an experiment that began last season. This year, each team will play 50 regular season and all playoff games with 2 referees.
I think the two referee system is excellent, particularly with the new crease rule. These guys are handling it. They're learning how to divide up the territory, and it allows our best referees to put off retirement because they don't have to skate. They don't have to skate the miles they have to when there's only one ref on the ice.
Boy, I'm one hockey fan happy to see the crease rules changed by the National Hockey League for this season. 2-0. The Coyotes over the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Dallas Drake, Jeremy Roenick, the goal scorers coming up. Doug and Charlie with all the highlights coming up next.
What you doing, Frank?
Waiting for him to talk.
It's just a game. Frank.
Well, some nights I'm in here, and I swear, I can hear him talking.
We all have our demons, Frank.
Shh, quiet, you're gonna get us caught. Charlie?
Yeah?
You hear something?
No.
Now?
No.
Do you think Tom can win? Tom, he's our man. He can do it. No, I can't.
Desert Diamond Casino is the place to experience the excitement of Quartermania, statewide progressive slots. The jackpot just keeps going up until someone wins.
He's number one. He's number one.
What was that?
got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carlsberg.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new crunchy charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New.
I'm Terry King. Riding a motorcycle is always fun, but it's even more fun when you're doing it to help out a tough little guy like my friend Justin here.
We invite you to join us in the fight against childhood brain tumors. You can help by participating in one of the National Ride for Kids events scheduled in your area. For more information, call 1-800-253-6530.
Right, Justin?
Right.
Right. These kids really need our help.
We have a stand-up in progress at 211 Hazelwood.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man.
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
Get your hands on the new chalupa. With a shell so crispy, flaky, chewy, tasty, you'll wonder why we put stuff in it at all. Just 99 cents, only at Taco Bell.
Better get some backup.
Roger. Louisville Army, Thursday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox Sports Net.
Starting things off with a bang. In fact, 2 of them tonight in the Coyotes home opener. It's 2-0 after 1. Welcome back, Doug and Charlie upstairs. The Coyotes handling the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim at the moment, thanks to a couple of very nice-looking goals.
It's always the key to get goals early in the first period, especially at home, and it didn't take long for the Coyotes. A good play during the neutral ice zone. Defenseman jumping up in the play. There's Jyrki Lumme. Over to JR. He takes a good hard shot. Doesn't go in, but Dallas Drake follows up hard to the net with that new crease rule we just talked about. Dallas Drake is first of the year from Roenick and from Lumme. And after that, here you see the individual effort by Jeremy Roenick right here. A one-handed play. He said that was one of the best ones he wanted to see. JR picks up, gets the opportunity on a nice feed from Sullivan.
That was Jeremy's Finnish relative, Juha Roenick, there that got that one. It's 2-0 Coyotes after 1 period of play. A colorful and exciting night at America West Arena. It's the Coyotes home opener, and we'll paint a rainbow of exciting colors for you when we return on Fox Sports Net.
Test Drive 2000.
It's all systems go at your Valley Nissan retailer. Take off in the all-new Maxima 2000. Charged with a head-spinning 222 horsepower V6.
Right now, compare the world-class Maxima 2000 to the competition. Drive them all at one time in one place and see for yourself. Take the test drive challenge today and experience Maxima 2000. There's simply no other car like it.
Test Drive 2000.
Now at your participating Valley Nissan retailer.
You know, I'm so darn bored there's nothing to do around here.
Hey, what we need is a little action. I'll meet you at Gila River Casino.
Yes. Where is she?
There are 2 Gila River casinos. Wild Horse Pass serving the East Valley off I-10 and Maricopa Road, and the only West Valley casino, V Cueva, on 51st Avenue, 10 miles south of I-10.
You dicks!
We have a stand-up in progress at 211 Hazelwood.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man.
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
Get your hands on the new chalupa. With a shell so crispy, flaky, chewy, tasty, you'll wonder why we put stuff in it at all. Just 99 cents, only at Taco Bell.
Better get some backup.
Roger.
Do you think Tom can win? Tom, he's our man. He can do it. No, I can't.
Desert Diamond Casino is the place to experience the excitement of Quartermania, statewide progressive slot. The jackpot just keeps going up until someone wins.
At the Desert Diamond Casino, feel like a winner.
He's number 1. He's number 1.
NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net, the show that covers the game sideline to sideline.
He may have suffered a conclusion to his magnificent career.
With in-depth analysis and hard-hitting interviews with the game's biggest stars.
I love what I do and I do what I love.
Join Chris, Marv, Jackie, and Chris, plus the guys from Fox NFL Sunday. It's an action-packed hour that gets you inside the game. NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net, followed by Fox NFL Sunday and your local Fox affiliate.
Hi, I'm Jim Rome. Tonight on the Last Word, we will look back at America's epic Ryder Cup win and the controversy that followed it with 1999 team member Phil Mickelson. Midnight tonight here on Fox Sports Net.
Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by your Valley Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. By Gatorade, is it in you? And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. I like America West Arena with the roof off, don't you? I think it looks very seasonal. Everybody's smiling and happy in this building tonight. The Coyotes are leading the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim 2-0. In that building, that's of course Bank One Ballpark, just a block away. National League playoffs going to the bottom of the second now. The Mets leading the Diamondbacks 1-0. We will give you updates on that game as it goes along. Wow, what a night. What a night for sports in downtown Phoenix. The D-backs in the playoffs, the Coyotes home opener. Well, you can't beat that. We'll keep you up to date. Second period running. Doug McLeod, Charlie Simmer, Barry Butel on Fox Sports Net. And here's Greg Adams driving along. G.A. Bear to swing it away, but Tockett's right there. Boy, he's been all over the puck tonight in the early going. Turned out by Mike Leclerc, third rounder from 1995. Nielsen swings it off the boards. Past Quinn. Tockett's right there. Darren Quinn for the Coyotes. Now Carney. Roenick was in on both goals in that period. Setting up the first for Dallas Drake. Burying the second on a great play. And a great feed from Mike Sullivan. 2-0 Coyotes in the first minute of period 2. First of 41 home games this year at America West. Travis Green brings it back out and hammers it on to Hebert from long range. Coyotes are changing. Ducks try to use their speed to hook up Solani. It won't go to Cullen. They're all stacked up, and Dallas Drake peels it away. Puts it through to Tkachuk, but it was over 2 lines, and that will stop the play. Opening night 1999. The Coyotes leading the Mighty Ducks at America West Arena in Phoenix as we open our season-long coverage of Coyotes hockey here on Fox Sports Net. Doug McLeod with Charlie Simmer and Barry Butel. Great to have you with us. Part of our 43-game package on Fox Sports Net. And hopefully going long and deep into the playoffs this year. The Bobby Francis era begins with some familiar gunners right up front. Coyotes really pounded the shots onto Hebert in the first period, and the Ducks did not respond with very many down at Mikhail Shtelenkov. The shots alone, 11-4. Coyotes, they're 12-4 now.
Pretty good percentage on the scoring opportunities, Doug. 4 for 4, and there were a couple, of course, the one that hit the pipe, Alto, and a couple just went wide. That it is still a very dangerous club, even though they're down by 2. They can create so many opportunities so quickly.
Charlie, they didn't have a lot of say in it, of course, the scheduling for their openers this year, but how important was it to play the team that knocked them out of the playoffs, St. Louis, in St. Louis building on Saturday night?
Well, it was huge. I think it had really helped the Bobby Francis era because he had built-in motivation already, but the key to that is that the players didn't get too high, and that's something you really want to be aware of. You can always come out and have a great rivalry going, but if you get fired up too high and don't play your game, you're in trouble.
Oh, it's icing on the Coyotes. 1:46 into the second period. A full menu on Fox Sports Net tomorrow, and it all starts with Fox Sports News tonight at 6 o'clock. Then the last word at 6:30. Hardcore football, 8 o'clock. What a great show. And then the reprise will finish it off at 10. Fox Sports News prime time. It's all tomorrow, and only here on Fox Sports Net.
Getting on the bus after the last long road or long night flight back, and I said to Bobby Francis, I think just think, Bobby, 81 more to go. And he sort of looked at me, and I said, then the real job starts, which is of course of the playoffs. And he sort of dropped about another foot into his seat, and I think that's what it looks like. You try to focus at one game at a time. That's what they want to work at. When you look at the big picture, yeah, we 82 games and hopefully reach the playoffs, and then got to start all over again.
I used the 81 game line too on Keith Tkachuk, and he said, but not 81 wins, right? Doesn't have to all be. No, not 81. Here comes Tkachuk. Driving on Haller. And it's just scooped up through the crease by Guy Hebert. Keith Tkachuk 36 goals, 68 points. 1 goal in 5 games against Anaheim last year. The Ducks worked very well against the Coyotes' top lines last year. One of the reasons why the Coyotes went 1-3-2 against Anaheim. The only win being a Mikhail Stalenkov shutout.
Well, the thing with that, Doug, as you say, actually both teams really played each other very tight, checking for the first 2 periods. And it wasn't until the 3rd period that either Anaheim really turned up their game or the Coyotes' defensive style adjusted or altered just a little bit, because then it was Steve Ruchin, Correa, and Solani really capitalized. The combination of those 3 scored 13 of the 18 goals against the Coyotes, and that's something you have to keep under check, whether it's a 55-minute game, a 60-minute game, or even overtime. You have to make sure you look at the most dangerous guys.
Cullen wins the draw from Tkachuk after a talking to from linesman Don Henderson. It bounds free. Drake fishing for it. Flattened it out, and Lume turns it. 1 touch, and NJR. Here comes Tkachuk. Marshall just filched it off Tkachuk's stick at the last possible moment. Solani pounds it through. Stalenkov way out of the net. Pile of bodies, and here's Jyrki Lume.
Definitely Paul Correa quick burst up the ice, and he went off. He still didn't look as quick as he has been in the past, and understandably so. But he said he wasn't 100%, but when he lets it go, it's 100% of what I ever could skate at.
Correa has been skating at full throttle since Thursday, which is the first time he's practiced with the team in more than a week. Icing here and down to Barry Butel.
Thank you, Doug. You know, these 2 goalies are battling it out, Bear and Stalenkov, but their goaltending coaches are also battling it out. Benoit Allaire, of course, the goaltending coach of the Coyotes. His brother, Francois Allaire, is the goaltending coach for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. For Guy Bear, he's coming into the best shape of his career in the camp, riding the bike, running during the summer. In fact, coming off a great year, 31 victories, 6 shutouts for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And many people with the Ducks say, they talk about Correa and Solani, but if they lost Guy Bear, this team would be desperately in trouble, guys.
Well, they really would. You're going to have the offense of those 2 guys, but you've got to keep the puck out of your net. And the Anaheim Mighty Duck goaltenders had the second best save percentage in the league, and they faced almost the most shots of any contending team.
Face-off win by Sullivan created the shot by Quinn. Here's Kevin Sawyer. Number 70, a name and a face to remember. Battled his way into the lineup in the course of September. Mike Sullivan now, right through a crowd, and in front to Doan, and he scores! Beautiful Sullivan to Doan, and it's a 3-0 game, baby!
Well, Shane Doan doesn't have to wait till January to get his first goal this year, but it is against Anaheim. You can see Sullivan working all by himself, right to Doan on the backhand. He brings it to the forehand and puts the puck away. Again, what you're seeing here, you're not seeing here, is lack of physical play in front of the goaltender, Guy Bear. A guy standing there like that, going to his backhand, you've got to knock him on his can. You can't allow him to get that opportunity. Doan, with his strength and his size, puts it into the net, though.
Shane Doan, and another beautiful setup from Sullivan, who's been all over it tonight. There's going to be a penalty on Travis Green now, and the Ducks are going to have a power play. Shane Doan last year played 35 of the first 36 games, and it wasn't until 36 at Anaheim, January 8th, that he scored his first goal of the year, but he's off and running now. 3-0 Coyotes and an Anaheim power play coming.
Green in the penalty box right there for holding, and there you can see the boys, happy campers right here. As you see the rotation coming in right now, we'll stop it right there. Doan takes the puck away from Grimson. Now you're going to see the rotation coming this way of the white jerseys, which would be the Anaheim, I should say, which would be the Coyotes. We stop it here again. Now you're seeing Doan come here. Sawyer's going to come back this way, and Sullivan will come all the way to the slot area. So we start it up. Good puck movement, good feet movement. Now we stop it right there, all by himself. This guy right here has to knock him out of the way. He doesn't do it. Now watch Doan. Strength, size, tucks it in the far side of the net. Guy-Bear's going, how come the guy's standing there? But that's just positional play set up by rotation in the corner. Sawyer didn't get an assister, but he also contributed by moving, getting a lot of movement going with the feet.
That's a great point. It's going to be Sullivan and Quint on the assist for Shane Doan at 3:17. Now Green for holding at 3:24 gives the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim their second power play. I'm sorry, they're going to be offsetting penalties. It's going to be Nielsen also for Anaheim, so there's no power play. Green goes for holding. And 3:34. 3:24 rather. And unsportsmanlike conduct to Nielsen, who must have said something and robbed the Ducks of a power play try. So cancel previous telegram. It is 4-on-4. So the Coyotes catch a break. Roenick pounds it ahead over 2 lines. Well, they've had that play hooking up pretty well tonight, but you can't do that. And there's a look in the Anaheim penalty box at Jeff Nielsen and Travis Green, the former Duck and the Coyote bin of sin.
Well, Nielsen must have said something to the referee. Right here, we stop it right here. Tkachuk has already started to go up the slot area, and here comes Teppo over to JR, which is a smart play right here. Now they look up ice and let it go. We stop it there. There's the 2 lines. Tkachuk has already crossed this line here. The puck is on its way, and that's what makes it a 2-line pass. Tkachuk has to chase that puck across the center ice line to make that pass legal.
4-on-4 for 1:14. 3-0 Coyotes early in the second. Drake and Roenick in the first. Doan in the second. Roenick, Sullivan, Lume, and Quint are the assists. Keith Carney in hot pursuit, and it's an icing call on the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim with 57 seconds left in the 4-on-4 situation. Very few home games. In fact, only 3 more in the month of October. There are the next 2. The Ottawa Senators and the Boston Bruins coming up. We have room for you at America West Arena, so come on out and howl. 480-503-5555. 480-563-PUCK. Call, be here, see the Senators, the Bruins, and your Coyotes in Season 4 in the Valley. And they have motored along so far. Bring a snack if you wish. But small stuff down.
A lot better if they took them out of the bag.
4-on-4, Quinn lets it go. Trouble for Bear with Letowski sniffing around in there. Tverdovsky was on him. And Guy Bear, one of the original Ducks, came in from St. Louis in the 1993 expansion draft, slams the door.
Win the face-off, very important. You can see as they move it all the way across. Good pick by Ulonen in the center of the ice to set up a little bit more room for Darren Quint. I don't think he realized he had a little bit more room. Could have taken 2 or 3 more steps to walk in, but that's what it takes when you win that face-off in the offensive zone.
We climb over the glass for a look at the face-off in the Ducks' end. Letowski had a piece of it, but Matt Cullen pulls it away. Right to Keith Carney. And there's Pavel Trinka to turn it right back again. Entering his 3rd NHL season, big, long, tall, 6'3" Pavel Trinka. Number 7 with Carney on him. 4-on-4 for 35 seconds. Matt Cullen pestered by Quint. Down in support comes Donato. Pulled away by Quint, though, and right out to Trevor Letowski. Carney will track it down. 20 seconds left in the coincidental minor penalties to Travis Green of the Coyotes and Jeff Nielsen of the Mighty Ducks. A long pass picked off by Donato. Pounds it over, but nothing there for Hovelid, and the Coyotes dodge one there. Quint for Carney for Letowski, and out they come. Ulonen's on Letowski's right, and now the penalties expire, and we go to 5-on-5. Oleg Tverdovsky. Nearly broken up by Tkachuk and broken up by Roenick. Here comes Drake. The drop pass hit Tverdovsky's skate, but Roenick's there. Dallas Drake with Solani to pull it away. Now Solani in Korea. We've seen that play once or 20 times, haven't we? A long board from Solani for Korea. That time it doesn't work, and it's icing on the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. 14:03 to go in the second period. 3-0 Coyotes.
You're looking at the new Iron Man of the National Hockey League, Teppo Noonan. Brindamore out of the lineup for the Philadelphia Flyers, and big year for Teppo. He knows that this could be the year that the Coyotes can bring it over the top, and all it is doing is just proper timing as you get to the end of the year. $2.99 tonight for Teppo, Matt Sundin at $2.35, and Tony Amonte at $1.64, and long ways to the Doug Jarvis rule.
Up in the 800s there for Jarvie.
You're looking at catching them in about 6 years.
And Jarvis by no means a big guy. So you wonder what kind of condition. He was in fabulous condition when he played, still is. But you wonder how long it would have lasted in today's game to take nothing whatever away from Jarvie and his great record. But players are so big today.
He was the first to admit it. It was luck. I mean, you definitely have to have a lot of luck on your side when it comes as far as the injuries, practice time, times that you can get off and rest the injuries, and well, that's just some feat. I think I did 80 games once.
Is that right? Grinding along the boards, Gill, Green, sends Chapeau. Leclerc throws it away, and they're muscling in front of the Coyotes bench, and now Tocchet's working on Alto. Leclerc comes in on Tocchet. 2 Ducks players on Tocchet. Who will help? It's Travis Green, and now everybody piles on right in front of the Mighty Ducks bench.
Well, it's going to take a couple. It's Rick Tocchet out there. He's definitely got a few punches going very quickly.
I know who won't mess with him, and that's Jeff Nielsen, who's been demolished by him before, and in fact was in the preseason again this year. And so more names are scratched off the Christmas list early. And with 13-14 to go in the second, it's 3-0 Coyotes.
Flying to the LA area for business? If these 44 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to the LA area, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
Sports Apparel. Are you a fan?
Qualifications? Oh, well, I was the first pick in the NFL draft. Can you drive a forklift?
Play the Gatorade Win It Instantly game, and you could win a year's supply of Gatorade delivered by either Michael Jordan, Peyton Manning, Mia Hamm, or Mark Martin. Or a ton of other prizes, like your own Gatorade vending machine. Just look under the cap.
Peyton, you got a win in Phoenix.
All the boys have been ushered to their appropriate seats in the sin bin. Looks like it's going to be all evened up. Rick Tocchet getting in battle with a couple of the guys in front of the net. Todd Gill doing pushing and shoving. Leclerc not being happy with that. There's a big hit on Green and Alto. And there's the pushing and shoving. Of course, Rick Tocchet is going to get involved right in the middle of it. This guy, here comes Leclerc, and all of a sudden Tocchet says, okay, that's enough.
There we go.
Away they go. Tocchet's a couple quick ones in at that point.
Yeah.
But it evened up. You see suspensions against a team like Anaheim also. It has to intimidate them a little bit because 3 of the regulars are out of the lineup. It's a 23-man roster this year, so they're down to the bare minimum right now. In fact, Grimson's just coming back from a neck injury. I'm not even sure if he should be playing tonight. And that's a matter. Sometimes the physical play along the boards, you see him maybe pull up just a little bit, but definitely Green did not pull up on Alto right there.
And again, Ruslan Saleh suspended 10 games today for the hit on Mike Modano. Modano carried off on a stretcher in Dallas the other night. And in the ensuing fracas, Pascal Trepanier suspended for 5 games and former Coyote Jim McKenzie for 4. And so, minors aside to Green, Tocchet, Alto, and Leclerc at 6:46 of the second period. And Todd Gill grinding away down there. Manpower stays at 5-on-5. Alatalo, Sullivan, and Doan, Gill, and Neskaj for the Coyotes. And here comes Mika Alatalo to fling it away. Off Doan, Gill right there. Now Todd Gill driving the wing. Gill turning on Haviland. Off the end. Doan. JR jumps in. Drake shooting and a save by Hebert. Newman and one times and actually hit the skate of Haviland. Kept alive. Beautiful play. Newman and Doan shoot. Score! Shane Doan has a pair. And the Coyotes lead by 4. How do you like them apples?
Shooting gallery right here for the Coyotes. The puck turns over. JR makes a nice little move right here. Gets it to Drake. The shot is made. The rebound comes all the way across. Right there's the shot. Bounces off the side. And there's the big one-timer. Just finds a way to get past Guy Hebert. Anaheim not clearing the puck effectively. JR keeps it into play. And Doan is all by himself with a quick one-timer.
And Guy Hebert is going to go to the bench now. That's the end of the line for Hebert, and Dominic Roussel will skate on for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Hebert victimized by Shane Doan's 2-goal game, and the crowd comes roaring to its feet as the Mighty Ducks are forced to change goaltenders with this game not halfway over. Oh, yeah.
Looking at the shots on net, 5 so far in the second period here for the Phoenix Coyotes, 0 for Anaheim, and that last little burst right there, just point-blank shots. You're seeing a lot of hard work by the Anaheim Mighty Ducks in the offensive zone of the Coyotes, but what's happening is they're not generating anybody to the front of the net, and the good man-on-man coverage by the Phoenix Coyotes leaves everybody covered. And then you look at the other example there, the puck turns over in the Ducks end zone, 2 great scoring opportunities, bang, bang, right away.
I'm trying to remember a 2-goal game for Shane Doan. Didn't have any last year. I know he got his first 2 NHL goals in the same game back on November 14th, 1997, including the overtime game winner against Chicago. That might be it. Shane Doan with a pair. A blast by Tkachuk stripped the stick from Matt Cullen. Doan at 7:52 of the second period. 4-0 Coyotes. A drive onto Stalenkov by Trinka. Now the Coyotes come back, smelling blood. Roenick lifts it in. A whack at it by Haller. But in comes Jyrki Lumme, who got the game winner in St. Louis on Saturday night. Now Lumme. Haller's right on him. Solani there. Dallas Drake flings it down past Tkachuk, and actually it rose on him. Sailed over the glass and out of play.
Wayne Fleming coming over from the New York Islanders as an assistant coach to Bobby Francis. Always teaching, always teaching. As you can see them orchestrating plays. They're looking at, this is what's happening. You see the puck rotation along the boards. Everybody rotates. Players talk back and forth. And again, you look offense and defense also. If the puck doesn't turn over or does turn over, you want to make sure you're in a defensive position also. That last play, Doan had it to a T. He was top of the face-off circle in a defensive role. Puck turns over and he lets it go.
Shane Doan, who scored back-to-back game-winning goals in the playoffs last year, was so frustrated, Charlie, as the season went on and on and on, wondering when he was ever going to start to get it, because he knows how to score goals. And of course, he's got all that great strength and really piles in there. And finally started to get him late in the season. Came up with some big ones in the playoffs, and what a roll here tonight.
It's a big difference too. I mean, the games turn into weeks, the weeks turns into months, and then your hands get really, really tight on that stick. And that's all you need, is to be a little bit more relaxed.
Now Jeff Nielsen for the Mighty Ducks. Here they come, but it caught a skate of Quint. And Ylonen brings it back. Taps to Adams. Slides it ahead to Quint. The defense right up to lead the play as Quint fires it in.
Talking a lot of times too, it needs to be with the players you're playing with. Also, when you're struggling, of course, you're not going to get the opportunities on the offensive lines until near the end of the year in Calgary, Edmonton, where he's got up with JR and with Keith. He just shone.
Pulled away by Ted Drury of the Ducks, who's piled into by Sullivan. Yolonen there, and to Yalto. It pops right to Alatalo. Alatalo shooting. Trouble for Roussel. Where is it? Well, it's not in the net, apparently. Dominic Roussel as Mika Alatalo just swung around and let her rip.
Always a tough position for a goaltender to be getting into a game, even especially more so here because the goaltender's not sitting on the bench. He's not even involved in the emotion. Rick Bowness, the other assistant coach, was a head coach of the Boston Bruins, Ottawa Senators, New York Islanders. He also had opportunities in the broadcast booth. He says, no, I want to be down in the trenches. So he brings just a wealth of coaching knowledge. And I think that's what's so great about the chemistry of the guys on the ice. Is the chemistry of the coaches off the ice is just as good. Everybody's willing and able to share ideas and definitely trying to make the team better.
That did turn out to be his only 2-goal game against the Chicago Blackhawks. I thought it was. Those were his first 2 NHL goals. And so Shane Doan has done it again. And as for better than that, as we're 1 tick away from halfway through this hockey game, and it's 4-0 Coyotes. The last 2 goals going in from number 19, Shane Doan.
Double-edged sword. What you're looking at is the more you score, the more ice time you're going to get, the better scoring opportunities you're going to get. So that's just what happens. You score early, your confidence is big, you have a good camp, and the season just seems to roll from that point on.
Mike Sullivan has had a tremendous game. He wins the draw to Doan. Sullivan again. Piled into by Cone. Whacked at by Alatalo. Doan, Sullivan shooting, and a save by Roussel. Boy, that line has had a lot of pop and vinegar going here tonight. And Roussel felt it that time. 4-0 Coyotes now.
This is secondhand smoke. It's what you breathe when you're in a room where other people smoke. The same stuff you smell on your clothes goes into your lungs and increases your risk of getting lung cancer by 34%. You know there's a warning label on cigarette packs for people who smoke. Where do you think the tobacco industry should put the warning for people who breathe?
This is my final plea. I am a gecko, not to be confused with Geico, which could save you hundreds on car insurance. So stop calling me.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Second 2-goal game of his career. Now Tkachuk, Drake, and Roenick line up. Newman and Lume are on defense, and the puck's alive in the Mighty Duck zone. Roenick over. Away from Drake. Correa wheels and banks it free. Tkachuk now with Lume. Broken up by Solani, but Newman's right there. And as this drizzles in, Tkachuk in hot pursuit, so Roussel has to play it. Frederick Olesen plays it out. Correa. Here's Solani giving chase. Cullen there too, but there's going to be a penalty. I think a holding the stick penalty.
Looks like it maybe even obstruction hooking.
Or hooking, maybe, yeah. Maybe.
JR trying to slow down Teemu Solani.
That's it.
Not really much argument from JR. He's sort of saying a few words, but again, that's what that speed intimidates you. And if you don't have your feet moving or a half a step or good body position, then you're forced into getting that stick in there. And unfortunately, 9 out of 10 times these guys keep their feet moving because they move them pretty quick, and you're going to get the call against you.
Fifth penalty for 10 minutes on the Coyotes. Obstruction hooking it is on Jeremy Roenick at 10:42 of the second period. And the power play begins as Kerry Fraser working this game alone in the referee department. Each team this year, after playing 20 games with 2 referees last year, will play a total of 50. 25 home and 25 road. And everybody seems to like the 2 referee system. not least of whom are the referees themselves, who will see many a career lengthen because the average skating time decreases as much as 4 miles a game when they use the 2-referee system. Tonight it's just 1. McGinnis wins the draw. Power play begins for Anaheim. Correa and Olesen on the points, and Frederick Olesen's shot disappears. Here's Olesen, former Winnipeg Jet. 33 power play assists last year, the most by any defenseman in the National Hockey League since Brian Leach had 37 during the 1995-96 year. 33 power play assists. Number 2 right there, the right point man on the Ducks last year, league-leading power play. Coyote penalty killers now are Letowski, Ylonen, Quint, and Carney. Whacked away by Trevor Letowski and gone. Here's Correa taking his time. Lots of power play time remaining for the Ducks. Hard around, and Solani's right there, but Quint is with Solani, and here's Ruchin. Now Carney piles in to break it up. Ruchin tries to dig free. Correa side saddles to Olesen. Here's Correa, squares around. Broken up off McGinnis by Carney. Solani there, Carney doing some serious shoveling around. Kick back to Correa. He busts it over to Olesen. 40 feet away, goes back high to Correa, but that was deflected by Letowski and out of play. Somebody made a pretty good Willie Mays basket catch down there. This being baseball playoff time. And both teams will change their special teams with 1:03 left in the power play for Anaheim.
Good job by the youngsters picking up a little nick on the left eye there. Craig Hartsburg very unhappy with the play of his team, especially tonight's game. As you can see how Anaheim sets up. We'll stop it right here. Right here we stop it. You can see they brought everybody across. Then Olesen gives it back to Correa. So what they're doing is allow people to come down the slot area. And there's Solani. That's where they're trying to get that loose shot to. Not a very dangerous play there, so they set it back down. Carney intercepts it. And that's just from watching good old-fashioned tapes right there. You have to anticipate where that puck's going. The guy's not going to shoot from way out there. So the other guy they're going to pass it to is probably the most dangerous guy in Teemu Solani.
What a revolution in coaching has been wrought by the availability of videotape. With almost every NHL game, not all, but the vast majority televised now. Satellites, the ability to tape many games in one night. Videotape assistance now with every team. Donato, Cullen, and the Coyotes have 33 seconds remaining in the obstruction hooking penalty to Jeremy Roenick, and that drizzles away.
Doug, I can remember when that first really started, and the guy that got it going was Roger Nielsen, who's coaching the Philadelphia Flyers right now. Everybody thought he was a little strange at the time. Look at it now. Yeah. Some teams even have their own TV guys or camera guys travel with them.
Last dozen seconds of the Duck power play. Ladislav Cohn as they pile it in. The whistle is blown, and there is no goal. There is no goal. Ted Donato came piling in, but the whistle had blown before it was notched over. Now there's the ability to be in the goal crease, and then there's blasting your way right through the goalie.
Well, that goes along with the crease rule we're talking about, Doug. If the goaltender has a save, it says you cannot plow into him and have a goal count. There you can see he has control of it. And there goes Donato just pushing the whole way through. And that's where you talk about the contact of the goaltender. If the goaltender has a save, a goal cannot result if you pushed him into the net.
And he was not pushed in. And so there's no goal. And the Ducks still have 8 seconds left on their power play. Craig Hartsburg got a quick explanation from referee Kerry Fraser. And now Antti Aalto, number 14, wins the draw. Coyotes at full strength in 4 seconds. Big screen. Power play over, and the Coyotes at full strength. Leclerc. Aalto fires, and a save by Mikhail Stolenkov. Antti Aalto and Leclerc were right there beside the net. And Aalto, who had 5 points in 8 preseason games to lead the Ducks in scoring during September, was there to pop it on to Stolenkov.
Aalto with a really nice little attempt here. As they start to pull it up, he picks up the loose puck. A very bad angle. Stop it there. As he's turning, He's going to get the pass back into the corner. So he started up again. Now he walks out. Stop right there. The idea sometimes is the goaltender to start leaning for a pass there. Alto just turns and fires. He's trying to sneak it in between the posts, but Mikhail Stalenkov says, I'm not going for that little trick. Hugs that post, and it's amazing how many of those shots will go in because the goaltender starts to leave the post thinking the guy's not going to shoot from that angle, anticipating a pass.
Stalenkov unbeaten in his last 4 starts, including the last 3 in the preseason, and the 23-save 2-1 win at St. Louis Saturday night in the season lid lifter, in which he also got the #1 star. Adams, the shot by Tocchet turned. Here's Antti Alto, and the puck buzzes away. Here's Leclerc. Alto pulls and fires off the glove of Stalenkov. Now the Ducks pick it up a little bit of a notch here. Leclerc and Alto. This line's made things hum. Leclerc backhand scooper. Tocchet is there. Nielsen's on him. They have gone at each other the last 2 years. Here comes Quinn to pound it down.
Right here is when the Coyotes want to turn it up a notch. Just 6 minutes left here in the second period, a 4-0 lead. Don't give Anaheim any extra life going into the third period, whether it's a goal, a couple big shifts. You want to take them right out of the game.
Lume fanned on it at first, or I thought he did, and a couple of the other players did also. But apparently it will be icing on the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. We were talking about how much goes into videotaping a game for the teams to analyze now. From one camera, it's gone to direct feeds. It's gone to special efforts to get a camera, only to shoot it. This is the Coyotes Vice President of Broadcasting, Mark Halsey, and the only thing he's here for right now with that camera, which they got just for the occasion, is to get particular shots for the Coyotes coaches.
And then they're broken down as the tape goes on. And of course, in the back room, video coordinator Steve Peters, who's the man in the hot seat right behind the bench in a video room, not only watches this game and tapes this game, but he tapes all kinds of other games around the country for future cases that the coaches watch in case games are coming in. So Steve works hard. He's the first one to run out to the front of the door the last, or should say the locker room, the last 3 or 4 years because of video replay, and he definitely is very important.
And Charlie, just off the Coyotes weight room out at the ice den, they have a huge video facility. There's a shot by Hamelin that didn't go. Solani's there, but he won't hook it up. Olesen bangs into Keith Tkachuk, but Tkachuk gets it out of the zone. Full-strength hockey as Hamelin turns it back into a crowd. An ill-advised pass anyway, and it turned out to be across 2 lines. Shane Doan makes it 4-0 now.
In recent 40-mile-per-hour frontal offset tests among midsize SUVs, only the crash test dummy in the Lexus RX 300 came through virtually unscathed in all 4 injury measurements: head and neck, the chest, and both legs. Which means our dummy could very well walk away from the accident, if it weren't, of course, a dummy. Never in history has a midsize SUV performed better. See your Valley Lexus dealer.
Jack? Oh, hi, sweetheart. Yeah, I know it's late. I'm still working on a name for the new bacon cheeseburger. That one with sizzling bacon and real bacon bits, so there's bacon in every bite. Yeah, it'll be hot, because we won't make it till it's ordered. Well, the only name I've got so far is Bacon Cheeseburger, so I'm gonna keep working here and... You're wearing what?
Do you ever just have one of those days? Well, at Farmers Insurance, everything we do is about getting things back to normal. Isn't that what insurance is supposed to do? Farmers, get you back where you belong.
The man of the second period right there, Shane Doan, number 1 and 2 of the season. He's, 4 months ahead of himself from last year. But that's good to see. Again, confidence is such a big thing coming out of training camp. I remember having good training camps and a couple of good games early in the year, and it just set the tone as you continue to go from there.
We're late in the second period now, and Steve Ruchin is making a pest of himself, as he often does. But he's planted with a check by Todd Gill. Out of danger, the puck is carried by Juha Jalonen. Alatalo is with him. And Letowski, number 10, trails. Puck played up the wing. Gill kept it alive from Donato. Here's Latowski. Off a skate or a stick play. Stan Netzkard has it lifted free. Yolonen punches it right back in. It takes a crazy bounce off the advertising.
Well, it just seems that the defensemen of Anaheim are just banging that puck around the boards, and a lot of times, what happened on the second goal of Shane Doan, resulting that the Coyotes were able to pick it up.
A long drive by Ruchin is snared by Mikhail Stelenkov, and it stays 4-0 Coyotes late in period number 2. A special treat on the last word coming up tonight. Ryder Cup team member Phil Mickelson sits down with Jim Rome. Member of 3 Ryder Cup teams, taking on over $1.5 million this year and finished in second place twice. And he ignited that late charge by the U.S. Ryder Cup team, and it should be a great conversation. Midnight tonight, Phil Mickelson, Jim Rome, the last word on Fox Sports 10. You know we've got it right here.
Bobby Francis, as every coach up and down, not looking real happy with what's been happening lately. And I think what he's trying to get, and he said this happened in St. Louis the other night in the second period, a little bit of a letdown, whether it was physically or mentally. But early in the year, you want to snip out right in the butt right away. And that's one thing he learned from Pat Burns that we talked about, to recognize a problem before it is a problem.
Now the Coyotes jump in. It was off a skate and an offside. Mike Civic, the linesman over here, blew the whistle. And Shane Doan started off his scoring last year against Anaheim, as we told you. A 2-goal period for Donor.
It's going to be moved up and down the lineup also. If you saw, the one goal was with JR, the other goal was with Mike Sullivan. Right now, he's, if you want to call it, the fourth line with Sawyer and Sullivan. And he can fill any role up and down defensively or offensively now that his confidence is higher. And that's a nice thing to have as a coach, to, to sub guys like Dallas Drake and Rick Tocchet.
Quint for Sullivan, lets it go, deflected by the stick of Kevin Haller. 4.5 to go in the second. Sawyer grinding away. LeClaire pulls it free, but there's Darren Quint. Took the hit as he got the puck away from Jeff Nielsen, and Carney launches it in.
Again, you look at Haller and LeClaire having control of that puck, and yet giving up possession right away to the Coyotes instead of making a play.
Sawyer made that happen and kept an offensive chance alive, and here comes Kevin Sawyer again. Number 70 rather, banging along back down there with Havelid. Now Sullivan. Here's Carney off a skate. It drizzles up. Mike Sullivan hounds it around. Doan couldn't hook up. LeClaire swats it, and it's going to go skying and skipping to the Coyote end. And as Carney latches on, it's icing on Anaheim with 3:49 to go in a now rather quiet second period of this home opener, as the Coyotes have pulled away here to a 4-0 lead. 15,780 in the building.
Well, definitely the way you'd like to have it, to have the game slow down a little bit. But with the line coming on right now, Correa and Solani, that's one thing that you want to make sure that your team is pumped up and ready for them. You have to keep them, visualize where they are at all times, and anticipate a lot also, because they are very creative, and a lot of times their plays start with nothing. A little lob pass up through the middle, and they're off to the races.
How many times we have seen that sprint right up the middle. JR wins the draw. Tkachuk fires out of traffic. Pulled right back at the line. The Coyotes keep possession, if not the zone. Now Roenick. Cullen piles in. Solani's over there too. Drake flattens Correa. Tkachuk banks it ahead. Here comes JR. Tverdovsky dueling with him. JR right in front. Past Drake. A blast by Lume. And Roussel had it knocked away, and it's played with a high stick. Again, that's Dominic Roussel, who replaced the Ducks starter Guy Hebert after Shane Doan's second goal of this period at 7:52.
Again, just what you like to see is coming right down the slot area. A nice little fat rebound just sitting there. Hello. Jyrki Lumi, a little smile, says, I should have made a little bit better shot on that. You can see the result of a little bit of a hit from Jeff Courtnall the other night in St. Louis. A little mouser, they call it, under the eye, a couple stitches. It's good to have him back in action with shoulder repaired and full strength, because it just brings that extra dimension to the club, whether it is defensively with his experience or offensively with the new system that Bobby Francis is trying to put in, where the D jump up on the play.
And it really has worked very, very well, not just in goals, but in a great increase in chances.
And what it does, it really hurts the team defensively that are going up against, because you think you have everybody covered, and all of a sudden that guy comes from behind, and that's what made the Edmonton Oilers so dangerous in the years gone by. Paul Coffey coming late into the play.
Providing, of course, that your third forward is paying attention to his defensive responsibilities.
Well, he'll hear about it if he doesn't, because that's the only way that system will work.
Netzkarsh throws it behind for Gill. Here's Dallas Drake. Coyotes come around and out. Tkachuk, Green. Here's Tkachuk. Driving on Trinka, the 2-7s. Tkachuk took a gamble there, but it was cut in front and cut off by Ladislav Kun. Under 2.5 to go in the second. Coyotes riding this game. Green blisters it in. Now Adams. And the Ducks try to get organized and clear their zone. Harney there, and Coyotes continue to win many a battle for loose pucks. Win. Forced it past, but it's ripped back in by Haller. Bodies flying around. Green banked it ahead. Puck stays alive in the Coyote zone. Quinn off the boards, took a hit from Stu Grimson, but out they come. Adams stays on side. Green to Adams to Tocchet, and Tocchet off the end for Green. Here's Travis Green out through a crowd. Quinn fires high. I'll have that out when he chats with Barry Butel a minute 41 from now, and after a break. Shane Doan, 2 goals in this period, and Barry's guest coming right up. As a matter of fact, our Bud Light roster of second intermission delights. The donor and BB, our Farmers Flashback, looks at some of the best goals of last season. Coyote goals, that is. And, of course, Charlie and I will have our second period highlights and stats. That's all coming up in the second intermission with Barry Butel and Shane Doan to start it off. Now through neutral ice. Here comes Mike Leclerc. Gill really messed with him. Antialto turns, but he's got company too in the form of number 10, Trevor Letowski. All the guys at Springfield told me last year, you're going to like Trevor Letowski when he gets up there. Boy, the coaches sure did. As the month of September wandered along, and he showed no signs of going anywhere. But staying right here. Marshall lets it go on a big screen. Delayed penalty coming on the Coyotes as we near the last minute of the second period. Roussel goes to the bench. A blast by Marshall hits traffic, and that will stop play. And with 57.7 seconds left in the period, the Ducks will go back on the power play.
Halatalo, obstruction holding, it looks like, in front of the net. And that line we talked about, Leclerc, out there doing a lot of grinding along the boards, getting a good rotation going, and that makes it difficult to defend. You throw out there with his line mates.
And so the Coyotes put their penalty killers back to work now as Newman and Lume will join Drake and Sullivan. Mike Sullivan, key face-off man on this club, stands in against Steve Rushin, who is up front with Solani and McGinnis. Olesen and Correa at the points, of course, but it'll be the goaltender Dominic Roussel who has to start it back.
Big key right there. Anaheim has to come all the way back and set up. Sullivan wins the face-off. Lume anticipates where it's going and takes over.
Right in front to Solani from Korea. Dallas Drake fights his way through and clears it all the way down.
What, can they get opportunities on the drive? Most power plays are struggling just to get in and get set up. They're trying to score off the drive.
Here they come again. Korea. Solani's right there. Korea 9, Solani 8. They go to Olesen. 17 in the period. Korea fires high and wide. Last dozen seconds of the period. It's a terrible time to get a power play when you've got about a minute left in the period, because you only get obviously half of it in one period and half of it about 20 minutes later.
That's a little bit of a break. It's almost like a face-off halfway through it. You get a chance to regroup, get some fresh bodies out there.
That's the end of the first period, and we'll have still 1 minute 2 seconds of Mighty Duck power play when we come back from period 3. That's the end of the second period with a score. The Coyotes 4, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim nothing. And now for a look at what's coming up on Fox Sports News after the game. Let's go to the Fox Network Center.
Stick around for tonight's second intermission. Fox Sports News presents this sports break.
I'm Kevin Frazier of Fox Sports News with this sports break. Valerie Kamensky, one of the
Sports games for sports fans.
I've got something to show you. I've got something got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new crunchy charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
The world's first active head restraint, designed to reduce whiplash. From Saab.
Losing your sight is a terrible thing. Thankfully, Heritage for the Blind is there to help. Heritage provides large print and braille material for the visually impaired, free of charge. You can help by donating your old car, truck, or van, running or not, to Heritage for the Blind. Just call 1-800-2DONATE to schedule a pickup time. Heritage for the Blind takes care of the paperwork. You get the joy of brightening the day of a visually impaired person.
World Series, the latest scores, highlights, and reaction tonight.
Welcome back to America West Arena. After 2 periods of play, the Coyotes blanking the Anaheim Mighty Ducks 4-0. Downstairs outside the Coyotes dressing room with Shane Doan, 2 unanswered goals by this guy right here. This is 130-year goal production all of last year, Shane.
Yeah, it only took me 50 games, I think, to get 2 last year, but it's nice. I mean, I was talking about having a good start this year, and it's a big part of my confidence to hopefully have a little better year than I've had in the past.
Charlie Simmer was talking about the rotation down low, freed you up right in the slot.
Oh, yeah, that's something that we've been working on quite a bit, and it's something that's really been good for us. And to get a goal like that where you kind of free yourself, and then JR made a great pass, I was pretty lucky.
Bob Francis has been stressing throughout camp in the early going transition, and it's been very quick.
Yeah, with our D, I mean, we probably got the most mobile D in the league, and we have to take that to our advantage and use it. And with our D, we can go straight into offense right off defense, and it's great.
Way to go.
Thanks.
2 goals in the second period by Shane Doan. They lead it 4-0. Back with a Farmers flashback for you here on Fox Sports Net.
Poor Yuri.
Oh, you hate to see that happen.
Players in the NHL don't take that kind of abuse.
Someone make him stop!
So, you know, being an instructor with the Navy SEALs isn't all it's cracked up to be.
You are getting desperate.
No, I'm always like this. I really have no chance with you girls, do I? Be honest, I could take it.
Yes, but we cannot.
You all are like angels, I tell you.
This guy is making me sick.
Hey, you're not the only one.
You know, I'm so darn bored there's nothing to do around here.
Hey, what we need is a little action. I'll meet you at Gila River Casino.
Yes. Where is she?
There are 2 Gila River casinos. Wild Horse Pass serving the East Valley off I-10 at Maricopa Road, and the only West Valley casino, V Cueva, on 51st Avenue, 10 miles south of I-10.
You dicks!
We have a stand-up in progress at 211 Hazelwood.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man!
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
Get your hands on the new chalupa. With a shell so crispy, flaky, chewy, tasty, you'll wonder why we put stuff in it at all. Just 99 cents, only at Taco Bell.
Better get some backup.
Roger.
What was that?
Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new crunchy charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Good to see my dad in attendance here tonight. It's the home opener, 4-0. 2 unanswered goals by Shane Doan in the second stanza, and the Coyotes shutting out the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim 4-0. Well, do you remember the top 5 goals last season? Boy, I remember one. Remember Keith Tkachuk scoring with 1 second left to go? Let's see if it's included in this Farmer's Flashback.
Drake wide open. Drake shoots. He scores! Dallas Drake on the crossbar. Here's Doan. Shot score! And there it is! Adams, Deeks. Craig Adams open. Adams shoots and scores! Here's JR. 4 seconds to go. JR in front. Shot score! Captain Coyote lights the lamp with 1 second to go. Oh, Doctor!
How sweet it is at the Joe with the game winner by Keith Tkachuk, some of the big goals from last season. They've got 4 against Anaheim. Doug and Charlie will come up in just a moment to show you 2 periods of some great highlights. The Coyotes on top of those Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, 4-0 on Fox Sports Net.
The 2000 Kia Sportage. Rugged, dependable, and starting about $4 less than the Honda CR-V. The Sportage is built on a solid truck frame.
I wonder where those guys are.
They probably stopped off for hair gel or something.
The Honda has an ordinary car chassis, and that can affect your performance.
It's okay. Happens to a lot of guys.
Sportage. It's not the size of the sticker that counts.
Do you think Tom can win? Tom, he's our man. He can do it. No, I can't.
Desert Diamond Casino is the place to experience the excitement of Quartermania, statewide progressive slots. The jackpot just keeps going up until someone wins.
At the Desert Diamond Casino, feel like a winner.
He's number 1. He's number 1.
We have a stand-up in progress at 211 Hazelwood.
He's in there.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man.
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
Get your hands on the new chalupa. With a shell so crispy, flaky, chewy, tasty, you'll wonder why we put stuff in it at all. Just 99 cents, only at Taco Bell.
Better get some backup.
Roger.
Hi, I'm Danny White, head coach of the Arizona Rattlers. As a responsible coach, I would never send a player onto the field without proper safety equipment. As a responsible parent, you owe your children the same protection. Make sure that children are fastened in car seats that are approved for their height and weight. Remember, they depend on you to keep them safe.
A message from the Arizona Rattlers and Scottsdale Healthcare.
What was that?
Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a girl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new crunchy charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Louisville Army, Thursday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox Sports Net.
2 huge markers for Shane Doan. Gives the Coyotes a whole lot of space here, and it's 4-0 after 2. Welcome back upstairs, Doug McLeod and Charlie Simmer. Well, Shane Doan, you couldn't ask for a guy who really wants to score. Charlie is a real fine guy, too, and he's got 2 tonight for the second time in his career. And the Coyotes are really making an awful lot happen down through their lines.
Well, they're working very hard, and again, that's when you look at the line. Shane Doan can anywhere be from the front line to the last line, and right here he's working away. Here comes Sullivan. Doan with good position in front, uses his size and his reach to his advantage. He's able to pull it from the backhand to the forehand to pick up his first goal of the year at 3:17. As we mentioned, Sullivan and Quint with the assist, but he wasn't done there. And then he's out with the top line, Jeremy Roenick and Keith Tkachuk. A nice little feed, one-timer, didn't waste any time. Yver cannot get the right arm closed on it quick enough. As you can see, it squirt through Shane Doan second of the year just about 4 minutes later. Jeremy Roenick and Teppo Numminen with assists, and that's it for Guy Hebert after that. 16 shots, and you end up looking 4 goals against.
And Dominic Roussel comes on. So far, nothing in on him, but we shall see. The Coyotes on our Lexus stat pack continue to pepper the Mighty Ducks with shots, and look at it now. It's 20-9, and the scoring chances, very few for the Ducks in that period, and 11-6 Coyotes.
When you look at just 5 shots on net in that period, 2 of them were good scoring opportunities. You can see little hints of Anaheim really starting to turn it up a little bit, but that's not quite enough for them. They have to find more ways of holding on to those loose pucks because they're giving the Coyotes more opportunities to score goals.
So it is 4-0 Coyotes as we get ready for the third period of play, and to show you a brand new feature here on Fox Sports Net's coverage of Coyote hockey. Are you a fan? Each game, on behalf of Pro Player Sports Apparel, we choose one fan in the stands that represents the spirit of the Coyotes. Pro Player Sports Apparel, are you a fan? Well, he's either a fan or needs some very serious help. But I believe he's a terrific man. I was afraid this would happen. It's 4-0 as we go to the third. Stay with us.
Hey, get a load of the old timer.
That there is the legendary Radio Robert.
Who?
20 years ago, he was unstoppable. Had a slap shot you could hear but could not see, hence the nickname Radio.
Yeah, well, they can call him Rusty Robert now. Hey, Rusty!
Don't say it, Tony.
Still got that shot, Tin Man? Let's see it!
Punk. Hey, maybe you should be a goalie, Tony. Tony?
Second quarter figures show a strong uptick in gross revenues with a corresponding increase in pre-tax profits. The market, of course, looked upon this very favorably, and the resulting surge in our stock price brings our market capitalization to within 10% of year-end projections. To elaborate on what this means for the company, I'd like to turn the floor over to our chairman.
There's nothing more romantic than time together with a steak.
A black Angus top sirloin steak with petite lobster and a dozen fried shrimp for $14.99.
This could save your relationship for a limited time only.
Powerful heavyweights rumble in Vegas. Alex Stewart, 40 punishing KOs. Jorge Luis Gonzalez, 25 impressive knockouts. Sunday night fights at 7 on Fox Sports Net.
I'm Cheryl Teagues. You've heard the sad statistics. Every 3 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer. Because a mammogram detects the earliest signs of breast cancer, City of Hope and the National Cancer Institute recommend that women over age 40 of average risk have a mammogram every 1 to 2 years. And if you're at high risk, City of Hope urges you consult your doctor. Support the fight against breast cancer and other women's cancers. Walk for Hope this fall.